Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Cops the Job by Marvel Comics issue number one. This is a four-issue part miniseries, and I was eyeing for this comic for a very long time, and I finally get it. Could get it all. So yeah. Without further ado, let's dive in. This is a '90s comic, of course, and yeah. So these two guys are bringing this this particular person. They bring him in for questioning because, well, he did something wrong, and then, but they are not very nice guys, and I believe right off the bat these two here are crooked cops. Now, how do I know that? Because of their behavior, they always look, like they look at his faces, man. You know what's up. So they bring him in, and but he says, "Well, no, I'm innocent." But well, he's not innocent. But they are treating him a little, like shit. And but we have a newcomer, and that's the protagonist called Maureen Donegan, and this guy here is called Caruso. He's calling him out about their behavior, and then she's going to change, and this guy says, and the police says, "Hey, pick any locker you want, honey. They're all broken anyway." "Oh, what's that smell? You think this is bad? Wait till you catch a whiff of Heinzucker and Dooley," which means that those are these guys. Um, so they are, going for a, I don't know, roll call, if that's how you call it, at 7 o'clock in the morning. And there's some kind of, I believe, a sergeant, calls himself Sergeant Castro. He's a squad supervisor. And basically, he's telling all of these people what their job is and how it all works for this day. I'm not entirely sure. Color of the day is yellow. I don't know. I don't know 90s cop slang. Or slang at all, and from those time periods, a little bit here and there. So there's a lot of things in here that I think I know what it is, but I'm not entirely sure. Um, so they're getting, called on. How do you say? They get their assignments, if you will, and Caruso says to Marine, I call it Donegan from now on. Hey, don't worry, we all not like Heinzucker and Dooley. Just keep clear of them, and you'll be fine. And she's being introduced to these, I believe, nice cops. And but Caruso says, "Hey, you also watch out for any old timer who's hot to take on a rookie as a regular partner. There's always a reason why they're stag." And then she says, "Hey, who is my partner then?" What? She says, "Wait, I'm partnered with you. That means, yes, he is one of the old timers without a partner." Look at his grin here. That made me smile. So they're getting a call to some kind of a sketchy neighborhood, and and Donovan says, "Hey, this sounds like a doozy. Let me do all the talking." And there's some shenanigans going on, and all these people are coming out. And this black family says, "Hey, cop, you gotta shoot them, right?" Oh man, if these writers know what's going on now, God, they probably do because they are still alive, of course, but still. And this one says, "You should arrest them both." And these two, screaming at each other. They're a couple, and then she's yelling a lot, and how do you say? Goading, like, "Hey, go ahead, you want to hit me? Hit me now, you punk. What's the matter, you chicken?" And so they are going to being taken apart, and Don persists, and, "Hey, listen, forget, just tell me what the problem is. Maybe I can help." He says, it's not me, man. It's not me. She's crazy one. She sees things, man. She's called them, what you call it, loose carnations. You mean hallucinations? Yeah, what you said. But that Marine says here, or Donovan. No, wait a minute. This is Donovan. Donegan. Oh wait, I'm Caruso and Donegan. I'm sorry. So Donegan, Caruso, Donegan, says to the woman, "So if you want to swear a complaint that he hit you, we can lock him up for assault." She says, "You can do that? Sure, let's do that now." He says, say what? And he gets up in her face. He says, ain't you been listening to me, man? She's crazy, psycho, I tell you. She stopped taking her medicine, man. She tried to stick me while I'm watching Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous. They want to lock me up? Lock her up, man. She's crazy. And it goes on and on. But then Caruso has a solution. He says, and I think this is totally bullshit, but he says, as a duly appointed officer of the court, I am empowered by the city of New York under the Disgruntled Marriage Act. So basically he says, hey, well, if you hate each other so much, why don't you divorce? And these two are being in complete shock. Is that possible? And so he pulled that off and he says, well, no, I just got it from a book and a couple of movies. So they get another call, and it seems that this woman here is robbed, and all these people here, I mean, this is a small neighborhood, and it seems that they all know each other and also know the officers and the cops here. But there's a lot of questionable dialogue or from that time. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I love this raw, unadulterated, unapologetic writing from that time period. I mean, listen. So, okay. Why am I... I'm sorry. Why am I wasting time telling you all this? You're not going to do anything. If this happens where the rich people live, the four would be flying. And all these people, yeah, tell her. And it seems that she's some kind of an activist. And then this black dude says, it was a white dude, man. Had to be KKK, man. Now put that down. KKK. They hate everybody. They hate everybody, man. Afro-Americans, Puerto Ricans, chinks, smelly old fat white women, everybody. I was laughing so hard when I read this. I mean, chinks, isn't that I could be wrong, a slur for Asian people? Oh man. And then this activist is getting in people's faces, etc. And then she says, how comes police stormtroopers can be the peaceful demonstrators at Tompkins Square and they can never catch a mugger? Well, okay, that's actually somewhat true. I mean, nowadays. But then Donovan and then he gets, they get help. And he says, yo, I see you and Mo having a meaningful dialogue with our friendly neighborhood activist. I hope the bite marks on your butt aren't too deep. I mean, this writing is spot on. It's funny, but also serious at some point. So he asks him, hey, can you fill out the papers? And then Maureen says here, muggers succeed if they get away, and demonstrators succeed if they get beaten up. Oh, man. Gross. So he says to her, hey, we need to get to George. Well, who's George? And well, it seems that he is a known low criminal. So they go into a building. She again has that smell something. Said, what's that? Yeah, it's vomit and other stuff. All the junkies here doing their stuff. And then they are finding George, and George is I believe, I don't know, completely drugged out. And he says, oh man, Officer Caruso, I'm glad you're here. You ain't looking for me, are you, man? Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can get a deal. He says, no deals. And then, get me the bag, George. Bag? Oh, yeah, the bag. Don't get the wrong idea now. It was Tyrone, man. He said, watch this for me, George. It'll be right back. I'm just holding it for him. Yeah. So, but then, surprisingly, Caruso said something that I think, hey, this is actually worth really what I'm trying to say. Information that can save actually people's lives, and I didn't know that. So he wants to. He's walking in front of her and he says, "Don't frisk him yet, Mo. George, there wouldn't be anything sharp or pointy in your pockets that the nice officer could stick herself onto, would there?" He says, "No, man, I swear." So yeah, that's actually true. I mean, with criminals, you don't really know what they have in their pockets. I mean, if you try to, do something, they just, with the other arm, just can stick the other one in the gut or anything else. So yeah, I love it that the cops are really thorough. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Being cautious. Maybe that's the word about frisking or doing stuff like that. A perpetrator, and it never. And normally, this is not what you see in comics. With cops doing the hard work, the nitty gritty work. I mean, cops getting bashed a lot, but there are also cops that are really doing great work, and we're seeing it here as well. And but George says that sometimes, hey, I found a dead body, and says, well, you're lying. Just come to the office, and he says, no, I'm going to show you. So he takes them to some kind of a rooftop so that they can look through some glasses, and he says, we can call it in right now, because one moment later, there's a body in there. So the main story of this comic is that there's some kind of a slasher or a killer around that is opening up people and ripping their guts out and taking them with them. And so there's a lot of people in here. There's a blood spatter analyst, cops, sergeants, photographers. I don't know. A lot of people in here, even those I think crooked guys. And so this guy says here, what we got is one strong wacko. Look at these gashes in the wall. A lot of upper body strengths. Someone help me turn the decent over to get a temperature reading. I love that, just doing research and investigating about what happened there in this whole room. Try to analyze who it is or what happened. Small little details. I like that. Meanwhile, the detective McGopullin is getting, well, I'm not sure if the word harassed in that time period, maybe they did, by, how do you say, people from the news. And he says, hey, what's going on? Can you tell me who's the eviscerator case? And are you are you assigned to that? And what happened here? And blah, blah, blah. He says, until the MA files this report, anything I say is pure conjecture. You wouldn't want to be broadcasting unsubstantiated rumor, would you? What would it do to your chances for a network anchor slot? And she says, cut. And then she yells at him. Nowadays, journalists are making stuff up and, saying, yeah, that's true. That's the truth now, although it's just pure speculation or just made up stuff. That's journalism in a nutshell nowadays, unfortunately. So, our two heroes, Marine and he's Italian, by the way, and she called her mother. And he said, she says, her mother says, is she a Catholic? And Marine says, well, I'm not going to marry him. Or it said, that made me chuckle. And then it seems that he, why am I forgetting his name all the time? Just give me a sec. Caruso, yes. Caruso knew her dad, and he was at the wake, so there's trying to a little bit, have a connection here and there. And he felt for what happened. It's unclear how he died, I believe, and but he felt bad, and he was a good guy, etc. Then they get another call, and it's the loose incarnations or loose carnations guy, because it's at the same address. Okay, this is interesting. So they go there, and he is lying there, all gut open, and there's a bloody knife here, and his woman is there screaming again, "You punk, you bum, you bleeding, you bum," and he says, and then this guy says, "Get away from him and keep a close eye on her." So Caruso is, asking what went wrong, and he says, "She did it, didn't she? Your wife stuck you, right?" "No, man, she didn't do nothing. It was these guys." "What guys? Quit jiving me, man. Don't let her get away with this." But he wouldn't say anything, and he says, "Just get me to the hospital." So he's getting into the ambulance, and Caruso's still asking questions, and He says, I got a level with you, man. It don't look good. If your wacko wife really did this, no one will ever know. I told you, man, she's psycho. I told her. So you're telling me that she do it, right? You're going to press charges? And he says, no, you don't understand. She is my woman, man. I ain't gonna do her dirty like that. I love her, man. She don't mean it, man. She's just psycho. Oh, man, that's brilliant writing. So after all that she did to him, he still loves her. He's still not gonna press charges. And they're getting another call, but it's this, I believe, the same-ish location from before with the activist, I guess. And Maureen says, just what I need, another dead body. So they're going to some kind of a apartment, and I believe this apartment owner says that an old lady here isn't complaining and a dog isn't yelling for a very long time, so maybe you could check it out. So they're going in, and she says, oh, I'm going to recognize that smell. Here we go again. Where's the light switch? And then we see this woman here, and yeah. What's that all over, Maureen says? Looks like Rice Krispies. Those are maggots, Mo. And then, so Caruso is, try to call, the cops or whoever they're gonna send to clean this up. And then Maureen wants to open up the window, and then this woman is here still, like a zombie. And then we switch to the part that when she went home. And I said, what? What happened? I want to know. So her mother is still sleeping, and then she is, talking to her, although she can't hear. She says, you wouldn't believe what I've been gone through, Ma. I ran down 60 flights in about 2.5 seconds. Feet never touched the stairs. Zoom! That old lady was stone dead 1 second and standing up waving her arms next. And, but it seems, skipping, that she was into a diabetic coma for 2 days and just snapped out of it, while her dog, at the same time, went to a sugar shock. The dog died before she went to a sugar shock. That's where the maggots came from. Talking about weird coincidence. And then, she's going to sleep, and she says, well, good night, Ma. Dad was right. Nobody wants to hear about it. Meaning that there was a conversation about if Dad came home and he wants to talk about what happened on the precinct, they never want to hear it because, well, that's work. They never want to hear it. And now she's experiencing the same thing. This is great stuff, man. I didn't know it was that. This is a Marvel comic, for God's sake. And the stuff that's in here, the whole language, the profanity, for those, nowadays, if you do stuff like this is all racist and trash and gruesome and no-go. Marvel is never, ever, ever gonna make a comic like this again. You can quote me on that. I promise you. This is something else, man. And oh, by the way, before I close the video, stop the video. This is made by Larry Hama, Joe Jusko. This was, as what I read, the first time that he did work for Marvel. Mike Harris is the penciler. Great stuff. Look at this. This looks great. And Jimmy Palmiotti is the inks. Tom DeFalco, of course, editor-in-chief. Great stuff, man. That's why I'm saying 90s comics are the best. Not saying there's no good comics now, but at that time, I didn't know this even existed. And this, like I said, this is a Marvel comic. This is great stuff. I quit talking now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, give me a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It would help me a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.